Let us look at, see, we understood about all the scheduling and we understood about bottom up. So even there, even in the bottom up, we looked at interrupt, some part of interrupt also, but that is fine. But if you look at it, your subsystem will do a lot of process management activity. If you want to analyze the process management activity, telling that how the things are process has been handled, or basically how the task has been handled, how the task has been taken care of. Okay, so what really happened? How does the migration happen across the core? If you want to analyze it, right? So one way is you can put a breakpoint and you can start analyzing and doing things. So other way is there are some utilities called basically your lttng, where you can probe the Linux kernel and get the necessary trace information related to this actually. So using this necessary trace information, we can analyze and see what is happening over the system and check out what is going on. All those things is possible with respect to this actually. Okay, so using this, we can get a lot of information and check out what is going on and what exactly is happening here. Okay, so if you look at it, I can just show you one example. Let me just show you. lttng, just give me a second. There are some examples I can just show you. So basically, to showcase the lttng, right? We have to. I can. There are some examples how to create the effective traces and to analyze. That is what I was just wanted to show you people. No, not this one. Okay, so this is something. Hmm. Okay, fine. No, nevertheless, we will do that. I will do here only from here only, and we will have a look here. Okay. So now the main thing is, see, the thing is you have to create the traces. But to create the traces, you have to create the session. So for this, we have to use this mechanism called lttng create with some session name. So we have to create a session name. Okay. So once you create the session name, you have to enable the events and you have to tell what all events you want to generate. And you have to start recording it, and then you have to trigger the activity in that particular scope, and then you have to tell this to stop the day recording. And once you do that, you should have the all the necessary information for tracing. Okay, so I will just first start a session. So let me close it. So let me go to temp. So make directory lttng. So let me go to this. So you have to create the session first. So for that, you can create the session name as anything. So let me create as today one for time being. So I'll create the session name as today one. So we have created a session by today one. That is what you can see here. Okay, and it is already created in some folder actually. That is fine. In this today one, you have the data. So now after that, if you see here, you have to enable the event. What all events you want, right? You have to enable it. Okay, so for that, I will tell that I want all the events. So now if I do this on my system, yes. So we are enabling channel 1 session today. Kernel traces not available. Okay, just give me a second. Everything is there. Just give me a second. Suppose something went wrong here. Just give me a second. Let us check out. Just a second. There was some issue. Just give me a second here. It's correct, but so that is perfect, but somehow it is not working. I'm not sure why. Okay, let us see. I'm not sure what is going on here. Kernel trace is not available. This error should not come. Looks like we have not enabled something. We've installed all of this thing. Then what is the problem? Oh. Hmm. You can also see that everything is fine. Okay, just give me a second. I will just try to enable something here. Okay, let me try something. Okay, looks like it is not coming. Let me check out. Then I think we may have to recompile the kernel module actually. If not, then we may have to see actually. Yeah? Then we may have to reinstall this kernel module. Okay, let me check out. Looks like this kernel module is not installed properly. So, because when we tell -k, right, it should come back. And if this comes back, means it is not installed. It is something to do with this only then. Just give me a second. We will try to load again. Hmm. Okay, let us check out. Yeah, let us see this once. Looks like something is updated in between and it is not working fine. Let us check it out once, okay? Just install, okay, fine. Okay, so now looks like it is fine. Just give a second and let us check out. Okay. Okay. So let us see now. Now it will work. I don't know why, what happened. Looks like something is an issue. Now you have all the trace events. So let me check out and enable it back. Session, I've already created a session, but now we will enable them. Oh, session name not found. I think we have to create the session also. Okay, so let me create the session first. Today one, I will create a session. So it is there. Now I'll enable the session. So all events are scheduled. Okay, so now all the events are scheduled. So you can start it. So I will start it. So it started. Now we can do whatever you want. Okay, so I will tell top, PS, AX, test, LS, clear. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so all the events I have scheduled. So then after that, I will stop it actually now. Okay, I think still it didn't do it. We will do one thing. I will start it. And then let me open one Chrome for time being. Just let us do one thing. Okay. So now So I will close it. So we will try to stop it. Let us see if that root has the information. Yeah. So there are some information. Yeah. So you can see the data is there. Some data has been collected and it is available. So what we have to do is, if you want to analyze the traces, right, there are two ways of doing it. So now the data is there, you have to analyze. For that, there are two ways. One is there is a tool called Trace Compass. You can use that. Or else there is something called Babel Trace. You can use any one of them. Okay. So if you want to use Babel Trace, you can use Babel Trace. Or else you can also use Trace Compass. So I think it is there in opt. I will just download from opt. So first we will try to open Babel Trace. You have to tell the file where it is there. So Babel Trace root lttng today's session one. Yeah. So here the Babel trace is giving the information. Okay. So it is not a consolidated information, but it is giving in a text form. We can save it and you can analyze it. Okay. So this is one info. Or else what we can do is you can open Trace Compass. Yes. So you can open the Trace Compass. So this is nothing but an UI view. Actually, we can create a new project, test. So now we can import open trace. Just give me a second.
Sir, is this trace editor?
Yeah, it is not a trace editor. You can see the traces actually.
Okay, okay.
So now if you see here, the traces are there, and if you finish it, you will get the traces actually here. Okay, so you will get the traces, and I think it only opened it, right? Traces also you can import. Wait, let me open the traces. So now you will get the traces actually. If you see here, you will get the traces, something similar to this. Okay. So this will give a complete view telling that how the thread was there. Okay, so if you want, you can collect the whatever events you want, you can collect. Not a it's not just any specific event. Whatever task I did, right, in between, how the scheduling happened, what all functions was executed, how the context switch happened. Complete view we will get here if you see here. And this is across the core. If you see here, and what all interrupt came. So what soft hierarchy came in between. What was processed? Everything. You will get a complete view of the system. You will get fully on these things actually. Okay. So you can check out and you will get the complete view basically. So and what function was called when. So when where it was called. So all this kind of information you will get fully if you see here. You will get the full information, how it was used up, so how it did, what are the tasks that came up, everything you will get fully on this particular scenario. As you can check it out here. How the scheduling happened. Everything you can check out. If you want to get the CPU usage details, right? You can also get the CPU usage, how the CPU was used over the times here. This gives the CPU usage details and context switch. How does the context switch happen over the time? Such kind of a details also you will get here. Okay, so what is the active thread that was present? So like this, we will get different information we will get here. Okay, so few text, if you want to analyze the few text, how was the few text happening? Okay, so such kind of information fully you can see in this particular scenario actually.
Usually, we will analyze this kind of reports, sir.
No, normally, right, whenever you want to analyze and for example, let us assume that you are getting some performance bottleneck. You want to know what is happening at each and every time, where is the bottleneck coming from. So I'm just giving an example, okay? So or else you see that somewhere system is not performing the way it has to perform, or something has gone wrong. You can analyze and see, check out and see what is happening in the system completely. And you can capture certain events. Now I have captured all the events, but you can capture specific event and you can have a look at it actually.
Okay.
At which interval so you will get to know that which interval the CPU usage was more. You can check out what it was doing, why the CPU usage was more at that particular point. You will get the complete detail here if you see this. Or else the CPU usage is low. Why the CPU usage was low at this point? What was getting executed at that time? So completely you can check out. Means it was there in power CPU idle.
Okay,
So like this,
real time, this one, real
this is
time,
pure
on
real time.
time.
Pure
Okay.
real time. Pure real time, you will get all the scenarios actually if you see here. So how the contention
Few,
versus things, everything, you'll get all the information, whatever you need, you will get everything in this case. IRQ analysis, you can check out IRQ statistics, you can check out how the IRQ statistics were, IRQ table. So all the information, what you want, it will take some time to process it and show it because I have a lot of information here, but you will get the complete details actually. Kernel memory usage, how is the kernel memory being used? All such kind of information you will get here fully.
IRQ and IRQ monitoring. That one
Yes.
IRQ analysis.
Yes, yes. You can monitor
Okay.
the IRQs also, IRQ statistics. Okay, here
Okay.
also, if you see here, you're also getting an information on IRQ, how the IRQ was called. And if you see here, most of the times it was processing some IRQ called this actually.
This is record,
So,
sir.
sorry,
This is recorded file, right? So
this is recorded, whatever we
not,
recorded. You can have
not
a look
live
and
data.
see what is, when came, at what time it came, and how long it took to process. Complete thing you will get from this.
Can we
Okay.
live monitor, sir?
No, not live monitor. It's a
No,
save
this,
state and you can
that
analyze.
means captured buffer.
Captured data only. It's not a live data. You can't capture it and see something like this.
No.
But normally we can't see a live like this because it'll have a huge impact on the system. Normally we will analyze and we will see here. There is something called receive message. It spent a lot of on CPU core 7. It did something to do with the receive message. Like this, you will get a complete information if you see us here. After that, XOR gets spent some time. Then again, some time is spent on get PID. So like this, you are seeing that a lot of things are happening in between. If you see this. So complete
Few,
information you will get about the system actually, how it was being used, what it was being used, where it was free, all the things you will get from this actually.
few text contention means few text.
So few text, so we
Okay.
use few text at very low level, right? How the few text is happening, or if there is any contention, some kind of such kind of a things you'll be able to see in this actually. Means
What
few text is nothing but ultimately all the high level synchronization techniques are implemented using few text only. Like all threading synchronization techniques. You're checking what is happening with respect to the few text at very low level actually. If there is anything happening, how it is being analyzed, all the things you'll be able to get from this actually. Input, output things, disk IO usage activity, how the disk was being used at a specific time. So like that, you will get the complete information actually here. There you will get to know what is the throughput, how it was being used, everything. You will be able to get anything actually. So all the things you will find out. A Linux kernel, coming to Linux kernel, how was the control flow that was going? So where it was spending time, what was the control flow? Like that, you will see here. See, this is the control flow of the Linux actually. And if you want to look at the disk activity, this was the disk activity. See here. Okay, so if you want to look at the kernel memory usage, that information also you will get how the memory usage was being used up over the time. That kind of a detail also you will get actually.
This tool is Trace Compass.
LTTNG and Trace Compass used to analyze the data actually. You can
Okay.
see everything in this case here. And after that, not that alone, I've captured everything. OS execution graph, how it was doing, scheduler wake up delay details. Okay, the complete
Okay.
statistics if you want. How was the statistics? So you will get the complete statistics. Okay. Then if you want to look at only the event latencies, how the event was being, what is the latencies of the event, all those things you'll be able to analyze actually.
I think CPU benchmarking they will use.
Yes. True. Like this, you will get all the information you will get at one place actually. That is the main thing what you will be able to analyze here actually. See, the main thing is context switch, how the context switches are happening, CPU usage, how the CPU is being utilized. Like this, you will get critical information, which is very important from our point actually. Everything we'll find here actually, yeah.
Can we use this for ARM boards?
Anything, you can use it for anything. LTTNG is there even for ARM also. See, you can check it out. LTTNG is there even for ARM also. You can
Any
do run there also.
cross-compiled binary? Okay.
Yes, you'll find LTTNG for ARM is there actually. It supports x86, PowerPC, ARM and MIPS, all of them.
Okay.
So our deployment is just similar. If you are using a standard distro, you can deploy using apt-get. If you're not using a standard distro, then you have to compile them. There's other steps to compile it actually. Main thing is you have to set up a LTTNG. Then you need all the following libraries. So this gives how to cross compile. You have to cross compile all of those things and then you can start using them actually if you see this. Okay.
This is like ftrace only, right? But this
Yeah, it
gives
is like
more data.
ftrace, but it gives the data itself is more sufficient to analyze it. See, the thing is you need not analyze on the same system. You just collect the data on your ARM system, get it offline, and you can analyze on your local PC actually.
Okay.
That also you can do it here in this case.
But
Okay.
this will have some performance impact.
Oh, no, it should not
Can
have actually, because it's same like traces, right? See, traces obviously will have an impact, but it should not change the overall behavior itself. It should not change.
okay.
It will slow down the system little bit. I'm not telling it will not have zero impact. It will have some impact, but you will be able to analyze and see what is happening on your system. And if you want, you can disable it at any point. If you stop, it will go off. It's like a
Okay.
trace. You're analyzing, then you stop it, then it will go back to its original speed actually, or your original performance. Then you can start analyzing. See, here I collected all kernel events. If you want, you can analyze only specific events. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
You can add specific event and you can analyze it. That is also possible. There are a lot of examples on lttng. I would recommend you can try it out actually. So there are a lot of examples like how exactly you can use it. lttng examples. There are a lot of examples. You can check out. You will get how to use them and what all things you can do. Everything is available online. You can check out how you can do a better tracing, because lttng will go to the interrupt level and you can analyze everything. That is one of the main thing what you can achieve in this. Something like this here. So you can enable it, you can enable the event. See, these are all the kernel events you can analyze. Like timer things, high resolution timer, start dump, and signal generate, scheduler things. Like this, you can analyze a lot of things actually. So you got it, what I meant?
Yes, sir.
Wait, I will just show you.
Just we have to start the service and what prerequisite? What is the procedure?
Prerequisite is you should install these tools actually. See, either you compile it or install it is left to you. Okay. The main thing is you should have an user space tools, libraries, and after that you should have lttng tools and lttng module, kernel module. You need one kernel module, you need lttng tools where we run this lttng command we are running, right, for that, and you need one daemon. So you need these three things actually. You have to compile them and you have to install them on the system. And after that, you have to add some new user called tracing, because everything is access rights are given to user called tracing. So you have to add them. And then after that, you have to start a session, lttng session. Then once you have done it, then your job starts. You can create the session, you can start it, and then you can do whatever you want to monitor, right? You can start, and then once you're done, you can stop it. And then once the data is collected, you can start processing it actually. And if you want to destroy the session, whatever you created, you can tell lttng destroy. That's it. If you want to enable any event, you can enable anything. Okay. Further, these are all the things, tools what you can use to analyze the data. You can use Babel trace. Okay, this is the command line utility, whatever I showed. You can use LTT viewer is there, or else trace compass is there. And after that, Eclipse lttng is there. You can use any of this to analyze and see what is going on. Complete thing we'll be able to analyze here. As you can check it out fully. So these are all the events that is collected over time. Complete events it is captured. If you can check it out here. Got it?
Kernel module is what, Anand, we had for testing our
Sorry?
kernel module.
Kernel module, because it has to introduce some steps to the kernel traces. Even though I have a traces, then it has to attach to the existing traces and collect the information, right? For that, you need kernel module, which is called lttng-tracer. You have to enable that actually.
Okay.
So for that, you need a kernel module, and that kernel module has to be loaded. That is nothing but your lttng-tracer. So everything will come up in picture then. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the few things what we will use it. And if you see this data, right, see, you will get a full-fledged information, as you can check it out here.
Better than perf, Anand, like perfo, simple perfo, these tools are there, right?
Yes, sir. This is a see, internally it uses a perf also. You see, for everything, the root is the mother of all this thing is the ftrace, actually, if you look at it.
Trace. Okay.
Okay, so ftrace, utrace, and other things, yeah. So k probes, whatever it is. So ultimately, this lttng is much better than that because it has its own kernel module. It will attach to all this tracing subsystem. It will also add its own set of traces and collect all the critical information what is needed for you, like scheduling parts, and then after that, the IRQ related details, IO activities, CPU usage, everything. It will give us a one-shot consolidated information, and that you can map to the event and check out what was happening at that time. That is one main thing what you will get here.